about it. He's just been trying to get back.
Because we are SOL if we don't get back soon.
Okay. All right. Well.
Yeah, that's always a touchy. That's always a weird thing because they're Gible, so they just eat like rocks and sand and shit. But I mean, they could drink water, I guess. I don't know. That's a toughie.
I don't actually know that.
To really say if they actually can drink or not.
I think like every creature that is alive needs water at some point, but I don't know the exact amount of water that they'll need. I'm just saying at some point you'll probably have to dedicate a bottle like at least one bottle or two.
They can all spit in each other's mouths.
What are you saying? Hey guys, shut up! Tracy's saying something.
Sorry.
Hey, no need for that.
I was interrupting.
I was just saying, don't you have any water-type Pokemon?
I have Dragos.
There you go. Water. Sorted.
Yeah, use the poisonous water nugget. Yeah, I mean, scraps can spit in their mouths.
And well, Jade has queen scales. Whether she can fit in this cave though, that with me.
Oh, that's a good point. Queen scales, yeah.
There you go. Water. Sorted.
I mean, okay, that's actually a good point. Yeah, so your water is taken care of. Do you have enough food?
We have 2 weeks of rations, but I mean that's with the entire party. So I don't know if I have that. Is this me having that or?
Where was it marked?
I put it in main equipment for everybody.
Ah, then yep, you are holding that.
Well,
oh,
it's like each has. It's like.
Oh, each has this. Oh, okay.
Like we each have goggles and we each have fishing lures and shit like that.
Okay.
I guess I'll put the water filter under mine.
Okay. So
We each have poses.
So 2 weeks is 14 days divided by 4. So you actually have a week's worth of food. Eat one of the Gibles, says Somara.
I don't think it would be that appetizing. Plus, they have rough skin. You actually do more damage eating those things.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, actually, yeah. So you do have it sorted, mostly. It's just I don't know what Gible eats. So...
we can see if Bulbapedia has something.
Is it 2 Bs? Gibble?
I'll look it up.
1B.
Oh, you mean you're looking up Gible? Gible has 1B.
Okay. Okay. I'm looking at it in the Pokedex.
Let's see.
Hold on. Scanning the document. Here we go. Gible are carnivores, according to this.
Well,
yeah, they're based off shark things. So, Lavi, just rip off one of your arms and give it to the Gible.
Hey, that's a good idea.
To be honest, I think Gible, if they're anything like how lions eat, they can go for a week without eating.
Can they?
Yeah, lions can go for a week without eating. That's like their natural feeding behavior.
What's sharks like then?
Oh god, sharks, they can go for ages without eating.
Well, sharks eat garbage too.
Yeah, they eat random shit.
How long can sharks go without eating? According to this, oh, for 6 weeks. Wow. Okay.
There you go.
Okay. I guess this is... I mean, they are burning a lot of calories. No.
They're just gonna be very
carnivores
slim.
like that are generally built to be able to only have like big meals and go a very long time.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say these are Pokemon that are bred are used to the desert. You know.
Yeah. So now this is fun.
Environments.
No, I was just making sure everything is working out. You guys managed to manage your inventory well enough that I think for at least 3 days you can travel pretty easily. You guys travel for a couple more days. The Gible eventually lets you know that they reach the edge of the desert. That you are right in front of Wild Colony. This is, I think, 5 days after the fact, after everything. So Luna and Scarlet are here, and you guys are right outside Wild Colony.
So we can get our suits on and leave, and we've still got the suits, haven't we then?
Yeah, you've got your suits.
Is that right?
That seems to be the case.
All right. Well,
All right.
I say goodbye to okay. I say goodbye to Goodbye and Gible, and I call my goodbye back.
We need to tell them to go somewhere safe, really.
Yeah. Well,
Well, yeah, don't say goodbye. Tell them not to go back home.
Well, no, I'll tell them to go south or something. I'll tell them to like keep going and or just come with us, I guess.
To all of them, just follow.
I don't
us around.
know. I don't know.
Well, they're kind of attached to you at this point, and I mean, I'll just to keep.
Send them to the oasis to drink. That'd
Oh
be
yeah, I
good.
guess we have to. Hey,
How-
kids, go play in the pool.
How many Pokeballs you got?
Me personally, 1.
I have like 8 total.
Just to move the story along, if you want to put all of them in balls.
Yeah, fuck it.
But then that's all of our Pokeballs. And we
Just,
need
I
them.
mean, I can get more.
Mm.
Let me see, how many do I have again? Let me double check.
Don't drink the water from
You never know.
Okay, alright. I have 2 Pokeballs, 2 Premier Balls, 1 Repeat Ball, and 1 Heal Ball, and 1 Dive Ball, and 1 Snag Ball.
We're not wasting the balls on them.
Yeah, just send them off.
Alright,
Make them come over here by this nice little forest. Whatever this is.
Well, I just tell them to fuck off over there then. I don't know. Everything I suggest is getting criticised.
No, I don't mean to say it's. I'm not trying to criticize you. It's just we have a lot of specialty balls, and I don't want to just use them
Yeah.
on the same Pokemon.
Right, well, I tell them to go find.
Why don't you
it's like
direct them to your old dragon family?
When do we get to meet them? Do we see them yet?
No. Okay, the Dragon family. Okay. So the way his backstory worked is he was from this area. He's from Wild Colony. That is where Lavi grew up. His dad, however, worked at the power plant. And once the Honedge took over and killed his family, a Rayquaza appeared and took him all the way to Tyrant Mountain over here.
Yeah.
So yeah, so can you not like send them in that direction?
Well, they'd be going like almost hundreds of miles.
They can take the train. It's fine.
Is the Garchomp still here? Their dad?
It seems to have buggered off.
I don't know.
Well, they're
It
wild
wasn't
Pokemon. They don't need to come with us. We'll just be like, right. Thanks for your help, kids. Don't do drugs.
You blew up their home.
Don't go back that way. You don't want to go that way. Go this way. Go this way.
All right, tell you what.
I feel like we're just overcomplicating it now. Oh, what are we gonna do with these fucking? Like, well, who gives a shit? They're wild Pokemon.
Isn't there like people here part of the rescue effort that are rescuing Pokemon
Yeah.
and help Pokemon? So surely can't you just hand them over to them and be like, can you just check them over?
Yeah.
Why is no one freaking out about these two just popping out of nowhere?
They're currently
We
underground still.
haven't seen them yet.
We're currently
They're
underground at the moment.
They're still underground?
Yeah, they're still underground. They're putting on the
Oh,
hazmat
Lord.
suits.
We're just kind of working out what we're doing with these fucking. I just think if we start now worrying about what we're gonna do with these Goodbye and Gible, we're just gonna be overcomplicating the story and just adding elements that we don't really need
Just
to add in.
Hand them over to the people that are helping
I
the
just-
Pokemon.
I
and
just
let
want to
them...
have a nice reunion.
Right. Well. Okay. We're coming. Should we unearth? Are we all dressed now? Are we all in our
Yeah.
hazmat?
You and Jade both are, yes.
So I tell the Gible and Goodbye to dig up and sort of let's surface or whatever.
It's not a bad plan to at least scout out what you're looking at. So, Lavi's trying to get a divorce. All right, Lavi, you breach first, and you look out, and you can see like helicopters out in the distance to the east, and you can see people with hazmat suits walking around, taking gathering data.
I sort of reach down and sort of hold a hand out for Jade to sort of pull her out.
Oh. Well, fresh air in some sort of way.
And Jade and Lavi are now just closer than ever after all that whole ordeal.
New ship.
Remember that bonding? Like, how much food do we have, and how much water do we have?
Well, you could. I'll tell you what. We could argue that the backstory that Stuart just gave us, like that's Lavi's basically been telling Jade this like throughout their sort of trip, as it were.
Okie dokie. I mean, if
they now know more about each other, I guess. I don't know.
Okay. Does Jade tell Lavi any secrets?
Jade really doesn't have any secrets. She's just pretty much. I mean, I guess she could talk about how she kind of wants to go back home now. I mean, she'll probably get a little homesick after this, and she really loves her homeland of Poland, and she kind of misses just being a grievance specialist for poor restless spirits.
It's just kind of perfect because Lavi hates ghosts and Jade loves them, and it's kind of they're kind of polar opposites. It's kind of good they had this bonding experience.
Not only that, you combine with Giratina there. That's actually really cool.
As we're walking down the tunnel, the Gibites and the Gibles are kind of ahead of us, just digging away. I just kind of walking sort of behind them, maybe moving the odd bit of rubble here and there. I'm just sort of stretching my back as well from the rock that hit me, just sort of nursing the old wounds, like and then just keep walking. So I look over to you, and I'm just like, how are you holding up, Jade?
Fine, I guess. I mean, situation kind of sucks a lot. You okay?
Huh? Oh yeah, my back sore a bit, but nothing I can I'm not dealt with before. I sort of rub the back of my head and just start sort of chuckling to myself.
Huh. Yeah. That was why did you jump on top of me when those rocks fell down? Why did you do that?
I look over sort of confused as to why he would ask this question. I'm just sort of like, why? I don't know. Guess I just had to do it, really.
Really? You just but you got hurt.
Lavi just cocks the biggest eyebrow at the moment as you're sort of talking. He's just like, I'm not sure I understand what you're. He's like, yeah, I got hurt, but I mean, you know, when you're part of a pack, you look after each other.
Yeah, but I mean, you could have died. Like, you could have. I don't. Okay.
Lavi just starts sort of laughing to himself. He's like, well, yeah, we had a nuclear crisis to outrun.
Well, I mean, that's true. I mean, I guess it's better not to die than to die, though either way, it really wouldn't matter at this point.
Lavi, he looks up, just sort of thinking away, and he just sort of like goes, like, well, I guess having to be living with, being raised by the dragons, I suppose I don't really have time to worry about the small details. My body just sort of acts. And, you guys are my friends. You're part of my family. I've got to look after you. That's what dragons do. He smiles dopily.
Oh, gosh. That's a really nice sentiment. Thank you. Jade has no idea how to take that. She's just like... She probably looks really confused and a little bit almost astounded.
Lavi sort of stops and just looks at you and goes, Why do you not understand that?
Well, I don't know. People have never really liked me before, I guess. I mean, I'm not exactly approachable. I'm blunt. I suppose. I'm just not used to it. Weird.
Lavi smiles and is like, well, I've spent a good 10 years of my life living in the wilderness. I don't really know how to approach anybody properly.
Try living in a graveyard. You just talk to dead people all the time. I mean, I love experiences. I love being out there and talking to people and learning things, but actual human interaction? Not what you call my forte.
Lavi just sort of puts his hand on your shoulder and he just sort of does that whole sort of smile, closing his eyes, big grin, turn his head to the side, sort of. I was like, well, you did everything you could to help us back there, and I've always seen the goodness in people, and, well, I think you're alright. And he just has a big smile on his face.
I appreciate that. I mean, yeah, I guess I did do everything I could, that I could think of at least. I mean, it sucks, but whatever, I suppose. Can't stop it now. Can't stop it now, I guess. Basically, all she says, she very can't cry over spilled milk type of thing. I mean, did the best, low chances, got out alive, count your blessings, I suppose.
Lavi, he sort of looks down and he's like, well, I've never had much in the way of human friends. Most of my friends growing up have been Pokemon, and I could tell you really tried your best, and really that's all you can do. Every day I had to try my best and just to survive, and I could see that you were doing your best to make sure we all didn't kind of explode.
Well, I attempted.
But sometimes things are just out of your control. Just like it's out of your control that you now have people that care about you.
Okay, you had me at the first one, but it's gonna take some getting used to for the second one. She's kind of like half laughing and half like, this is very, very awkward. I'm not used to having like connections with a live person. I talk to ghosts.
Lavi is sort of thinking about. He sort of starts thinking, and he's like, "Well, it's no secret how I feel about ghost Pokemon, but But then he looks over to you and is like, "But I see your fascination with them, and I'm starting to realize that they're not all evil. Just."
Oh, well, most of them. The thing about ghosts is that they've already lived their lives. They've already had all their experience. Their experiences are, they can tell you what they did wrong, and then you can learn from that and not make the same mistakes that they did. That's why I like talking to them. They've just people that live their lives. Some of them are angry spirits, and some of them are nice, and I could.
So Lavi then sort of starts looking up into the top corner, like he's thinking in a sort of childlike way, and he's like, "So really, but aren't people just ghosts who aren't ghosts yet? Surely if you apply the same logic of talking to ghosts, you're just talking to dead people."
I've never thought of it that way. It just always seems like the people who were already dead didn't have anything to, live for. But, so, hearing them recall their lives was a lot easier than trying to watch somebody go through one. Huh.
Lavi just sort of chuckles to himself, and I'm like, well, I don't really get that. But no matter what happens, he sort of points to himself with his thumb, like a thumbs up sort of thing. It's like, I've always got your back.
That's really nice. I'm sorry if I don't act the same, because I'm not sure if I can.
He starts thinking to himself about how he can help you sort of get used to talking to people, and he reminisces about when he was first living with the dragons, and like how he just could not get used to interacting with these dragons at all, and he remembers something that Mama did, and he sort of snaps his thing. He's like, "Aha!" and he stops like right in front of you, and he just sort of goes, "Okay, just close your eyes."
Okay. She does that.
So he places Lavi gently places his hands on the side of your head and just rests his forehead against yours and starts breathing, like exhaling, taking deep breaths through his nose and then exhaling out his mouth, and just like in this very calm, rhythmic motion, which can, in a way that you kind of feel inclined to, copy and sort of breathe in the same.
Okay, she freaks out a little bit at first, but she kind of starts doing that. Okay.
As you do, you start to like, you can't really explain it, but that you sort of feel your own heartbeat, but you also kind of feel in tune to Lavi's heartbeat, And he's like, this is something Mama used to do. It helped me realize that we're all in the same boat. We're all flesh and blood, and really it's all about trusting the ones around you. And he continues breathing a few more times and then lets go and just sort of smiles. He's saying, it's important to see that, it's important to see that we can all be connected if we just try.
Thank you. Honestly.
He just nods and turns around and he's like, okay, got my strength back, and he just sort of runs over to where the Gibe and the Gible are and just starts, moving rocks out the way with them, and he starts like punching and throwing rocks and stuff out the way.
And Jade's probably just gonna like kind of watch and almost chuckle in amusement because that, like, people, the living.
Like Giratina's ship, the ghost and dragon people. She has been
cute.
All right, you two emerge. Giratina at this point is pretty healthy and strong and raring to go, and seems
great. So Lavi and Jade are getting together. Luna and Prism are getting together. Scarlet's just sitting over here with a petting a fucking shaman. Like,
Actually,
yeah, whatever.
I don't think Lavi or Jade would be very interested in anybody romantically, so.
It's gonna get shipped though.
Oh yeah.
Everything gets shipped. That's the rules.
Noted.
My
Wouldn't be surprised if it was like Scarlet and her Soul Rock shipping or something.
Oh no.
Just gross.
All right, you two emerge. Giratina seems unfazed by the atmosphere, and you guys walk up, and immediately, like, some people just stop gathering data. They hold their instruments out as you two just kind of walk through town.
I was like, what?
So you're wearing your suit, so we can't actually tell it's you.
You guys get to the middle of town, and eventually you're stopped by several different people.
Scarlet is asexual, surprise.
And people start gathering around you and just questioning, like, who are you? How where did you come from? Like, how did you...
We are the mole people! No.
No, we're not the mole people.
They look at you, and they spot Giratina and, like, freak out for a second. Because, like they're just kind of looking at a mini Grim Reaper right there. They start trying to figure out who you guys are, and on the radio, a ranger pops up, and Luna and Scarlet can hear this and says, "You're not going to believe this, but two people just emerged from the desert. One of them's carrying what looks like a miniature Giratina."
Scarlet and Luna just kind of like look at each other and just fucking run.